Hello and welcome to episode 29 of Let's Play Planet Coaster Project Globe Explorer here on Theme Park Worldwide. And it's a big one. In this episode, I'm putting together the big grand fireworks spectacular that will take place in the middle of the lake in Atlas Adventure Resort. Now, as I mentioned in the previous episode, I'm actually starting off by putting the show together in another map. Just because of the FPS that we're getting now in Atlas Adventure Resort, I thought it'd be easier to synchronize it up and put it to music by using it in a new map, and then I'm going to use it as a blueprint and import it into the actual game where Atlas Adventure is. So yeah, I'm starting to put this epic show together. Now, of course, for any fireworks show, you need some music, and for this one, I've got an absolutely fantastic soundtrack that has actually been custom made by a fan of Theme Park Worldwide and someone who loves the Planet Coaster videos. So I just want to say a big thank you to Gold Case Studios. It's Winston from Gold Case Studios that's actually made this soundtrack for me. Now, it's just over 6 minutes in length, it incorporates the different themed areas in the park, and it sounds absolutely amazing. So a big thank you to Winston for putting the track together. And of course, you're going to hear it in just a couple of minutes when I perform this show to you. Now, what you're actually seeing here is many hours of work putting this show together. It takes a long time to do a Planet Coaster show because you've got to synchronize it all up to music, you've got to set all the different show control points and put the pyrotechnics in, and as you can see on the right hand side there, I mean, I'll go into some more details in just a moment when I've finished the show, but you know, as you'll see, there's so much that's gone into it in terms of getting the timings right, selecting the different fireworks and pyrotechnics and putting them all in order so it's all synchronized up with the music. It's a massive job. You can see here we've got 3 main launch areas. They're all marked up the same width away from each other as the 3 different islands in the middle of the lagoon in Atlas Adventure. So what I did, I just marked them out exactly where I wanted them to be, put them together, and then I've brought them over into this map to work on it. So yeah, they're exact, ready to be copied in as a blueprint into Atlas Adventure, and they will fit on the 3 different islands. What's going to be different about this show is the fact you can't just watch it from one place, you've got to be able to see it 360 all the way around the lagoon. So that was the tough challenge with this, to try and make it that it could be seen from everywhere. Normally I like to do symmetrical shows, but with this it just had to be one of those that you had to be able to view from all the different sections in the park. So much work has gone into this, but I really feel like you're going to love it. So yeah, let's go into a bit more detail and have a look. So the show is now complete, and you've seen there lots of different footage of me working on it and putting it all together. It's actually took me around 7 hours in total to put this display together, so a very long time and a lot of work has gone into it. But before I show you the finished display, I just thought I'd show you a little behind the scenes look at it all. So if we go down here to the control box, there we go, we can see the little techie booth. If we click on that just there and click on edit trigger sequence, I can just show you all the sequencing just here so you get a good idea. So it actually lights up if you look over here as I'm highlighting those. But for example, if we look at all the different scenes, 1 down to number 13, you can see all of the different firework cues in there and all the different seconds that they go off on. So obviously when we highlight over something, it lights it up. So if I go over to one of the launch areas, when I highlight a certain firework, we know that the Comet multi-launch firework is this one down here. So yeah, just hovering over that. And as I've mentioned throughout, we've got for the 3 launch areas, because it's a 360 show, you need to be able to watch it from all the way around. It's no good at looking good from one angle. And I thought it'd be easy to do that with 3 launch areas instead of having 4 or more of those, you know, because I could have gone for one over here, but I thought, no, let's go for just the 3 in the middle and keep it nice and simple. So once again, if I show you some of these different ones here, you get a good idea on all the different cues that have gone into this. I mean, so much work has gone into putting this show together, Our World, the fireworks spectacular, but there you go, all the different queues, and that's just 2 lots there. So yeah, that goes to show how much time and effort goes into putting these fireworks shows together. And obviously you click on some of these to get even more complex down here at the bottom with so many different fireworks. Of course, if you start to forget what you've put in, you can just press one and you can see it in action, such as the firework just there. So yeah, you know, and you can press these and see them fireworks in action all the way around, and it gives you a bit of an idea on exactly what you've put together. So the plan is, like I say, to show you this in its space just here, and then I'm going to put it into the actual park, into Atlas Adventure, where the show has been designed for, and we'll see how it looks in there. Like I say, it may not run as good. In fact, it's guaranteed that it won't run as good because of obviously the amount of people in the park and running with all the rides and everything. But I wanted to show you it there as well because it's been designed for that park. But I thought showing it you twice, once here where we're getting like over 100 FPS, and then in a game where we're getting about 20 FPS, just so you can see the difference. But means you get to see it in the actual park as well. So there you go, a little look at it all together. But yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory how to do it in terms of getting all your seconds and stuff right, and obviously the sequencing at the top here. However, you know, you've really got to think about timings and, you know, all this 16 seconds, 24 seconds, you know, you've got to time it all right. So this starts at 0 seconds and then these all go off at that point, but you can only have a certain amount of fireworks in there, so that's why we have to go on to scene 2, and then that needs to start from 121 seconds, and obviously that's when all the flame effects come in down the bottom here, like we can see just there. But yeah, you know, there's a lot pop of the firework, a lot goes into it, but hopefully you're going to enjoy the show. So let's set the lighting into nighttime mode. Oh, love it. Let's get in position and we'll start tonight's fireworks show for you all to enjoy. What I've designed for Atlas Adventure Resorts is One World of Fireworks Spectacular. Here we go, and yeah, enjoy the show. So there we go, our world of Fireworks Spectacular, and that has come together really, really nice. Like I say, it's took over 7 hours to program that show, but I tell you what, it's more than worth it. And it works great 360. I mean, I just thought I'd show you that here, just have a bit of a spin around the empty map there, just so you can see how it looks from all different angles. It's like a triangle that I've created there, and like I say, we need to take that over into Atlas Adventure Resort now and put it in the middle of the lake. Now, it looks great here. I'm sure it's going to look even better when it's actually in the park. In the lake, of course, all the rides and everything all around it. I'm sure that that's going to come together and be really nice. So, yeah, let's put it in. So, here we are back in Atlas Adventure. And, yeah, what I've done here is created a blueprint that you can do in Planet Coaster. And then I've gone into my blueprints, as we can see down there at the bottom. And now I'm placing it in. So, them different grey platforms that I've actually put the fireworks on, I've now just installed in their places on the 3 different islands. Like I say, I marked out the exact space before, so I knew how that was going to go. And now it's a matter of making sure that all the flame machines are lowered into the water a little bit. But firstly, just spreading them out just so they're a bit more even. Obviously, when I was putting it together, I didn't know the exact position of those. And now that they're programmed, they stay like that, so I can just move the position of them and put them where I want them. So you can see that's what I'm doing just here. And I start to lower them down just into the water, so they don't intrude on the skyline too much. Same with the platforms. I've actually lowered them down into the islands as well, so it's just the pyrotechnics that you can see there on the top. And I'm keeping the trees on there. Yes, it'd be quite close to some of them, but I'm going to keep the trees on there just because I want them to still look quite nice. But there we go. Once again, a big thank you to Winston for putting this together in terms of the soundtrack. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you'll agree. He's worked so hard on it, and it's really, really nicely come together. And you're about to hear it one more time, but this time with the view of it here in Atlas Adventure Resort. It's time to enjoy the park's firework display, along with all the other guests that are now in the park here as well. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our world, the Fireworks Spectacular, here at Atlas Adventure Resort. Well, there we go. One World of Fireworks Spectacular here at Atlas Adventure Resort. What a show. It fits into the park really nicely. And of course, you've got the 3 islands in the middle, the flame effects in the water. And you know what? It's just come together really nice. And it seems like a lot of guests were watching the show, all standing around the lagoon and taking it all in. But there we go. That's been episode 29 of Let's Play Planet Coaster Project Globe Explorer. What a series. We've got one more episode to go. And of course, you'll have noticed that the park is now open to guests. So we're going to see what guests think to it. We're going to go round, ride all the different rides again, and just soak up the atmosphere of Atlas Adventure Resort that's now complete with One World, that fantastic, wonderful firework display that I've put together. It may have took many, many hours to work on it, but I tell you what, it was certainly worth it. But come and join me for the final episode in this series, episode 30, coming up next week here on Theme Park Worldwide. From me, Sean Sandbrook, and the Atlas Adventure Resort. That means it's time to cue those credits. See you later.